Okay. So, everybody, thanks for joining us today. My name is Vince with Listings to Leads, and this is kind of our follow up. We rolled your office out a while ago. So, Mark, but we always need to refresh, and actually, our website changed dramatically just a few months ago, so it's a good time to reconnect. Mark, I have a question for you before we get started. The folks that are in the room today, what percentage do you think are using the platform?
Oh, I'd say about 10%.
Yeah, that's kind of a normal thing for agents. Um, so I want to see if I can pull up my editor right here, and the reason being is a lot of people don't know what's going on with our platform, and what is going on with our platform is our clients who are using it are generating a lot of leads. And you can see that by, if you just scroll down, we actually kind of collate some of the information that comes from our mastermind group right here. And we're going to talk a little bit about this particular concept and also where these tools are. So, well, in one of our clients, this is somebody, Bill Nazaroff, took one of our tools. It's a property valuation landing page. Spent about $100, got about almost 120 leads, listing leads on that. And what's great is our clients share this in our mastermind group. Most of you probably don't know that we have a mastermind group if you haven't really logged in to use our platform. But this is what an ad looks like. And what's great about our mastermind group is they actually will tell you, our clients are saying, this is what my audience look like. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you some of the most, I think, powerful tools and probably the most popular tools, the things that people are using in our platform all the time. But what's great about this mastermind group is people are saying, this is what my ad looked like. This is what I was pointing to. And I put $100 on and I got like 120 leads, or I got 30 leads, or stories like that. And so before I dive into the system, I'm just going to walk you over to the mastermind group. And as I mentioned to Mark earlier, I'm going to record this call and I'm going to put it up online. I'm going to send it to Mark, and I'm going to send it with instructions on how to get in this group, because this group is pretty remarkable. I'm part of a lot of kind of technology groups on Facebook and other platforms, and the amount of information that is being shared is incredible in our platform. And it's partly because it's our clients. It's also a secret group. So on June 9th, this guy here, David Vanderman, also said something similar. I ran 2 Facebook ads. I spent about $150. I got 117 leads. 2 are ready to go in 1 to 2 months, and 47 are opening up emails. And then he's got it on his drip campaign, or he's got it flowing into the CRM. And I could take you through this page, and you'd see something like that almost every 48 hours of somebody going, I got more people at my open house than I ever had, or I got just a ton of listing leads, or I got a bunch of buyer leads. And that's really the point of Listings to Leads, is we create tools that capture leads, right? You're out there marketing, you got properties for sale, or you don't have properties for sale. Either way, we've got tools to help you get listings. And before I kind of go into, the detail of it, I want to point out that when you log into your account, we've got some resources right here on page 1. So we've got live training classes every 3 days. And some of those are awesome. And I'll just tell you, our Facebook advertising is something that you want to be aware of. You may not be aware, but Facebook is actually, I would say, the top website, if not definitely top social media platform for lead capture. And you might be thinking, oh, it's blown out, there's too many people doing that. But I can tell you, in our mastermind group, I got people telling me all the time that I am getting huge leads off of Facebook. And even if you go in here and you search, instead of searching David's name, you search on the word marketplace. I'm going to assume, since you don't know about us, you probably don't know about marketplace ads. And if you don't know about marketplace ads, they're free. And our clients are getting huge amounts of leads. And not only are they getting leads, marketplace ads actually don't respond in email. Most of our lead capture is we capture a lead and we email it to you. When you get a response from a marketplace ad, it comes right here in this little chat panel. Now, this is me chatting with my friends, but we've got here, like Angela is saying, she ran 2 ads and she has 97 conversations going on. Okay. So she ran an ad that looked like this. She was really kind enough to put her ad, say, this is what I did. And she shows you how to do it. And then she tells you what tool she put behind it. And she got 97 conversations going on inside of this little chat panel on Facebook. So that's good stuff. That's why I want you guys to get involved with us, to get on our Facebook classes, because I could tell you things change there almost every 3 days. And the language that's working, we're on top of it. We got clients all over the country, so we really know what's going on. And then also we have a section on landing pages. And landing pages, I'm going to show you a couple of landing pages here in a few. But that's kind of the two, there's 2 major halves to listings to leads. One is we got a bunch of tools to market your listings. If you get your listings, if you have listings, even if you're borrowing listings, we give you a bunch of tools to market those. The other thing is we have a bunch of landing pages. And I am going to dive a little bit into these 2 things, but I want you to just see, like, the number 1 landing page is actually Property Valuation Plus. So I'm going to click this eyeball over here and I'm going to show you what this is. So when we're looking at these stories like, hey, how did this guy get 118 leads? Well, he wrote it down, he looked like that, but what did he point it to? Right? And then when we have over here in the mastermind group, people like David Vanderman saying, I got like 100 plus seller leads. He is using Property Valuation Plus. And this one says, what is your Richland home worth? So I'm going to create a new one, because I would hope if there's anything that each and every agent should be using, it is at least this one tool. So you would log in, go to landing pages, and over here it says add new landing page and click Property Valuation Plus. Then click add landing page. Before I click add landing page, I'm going to point out we have landing pages for nearby homes sold. This is great if you're interested in getting more listings. We have empty nester landing page, growing family landing page, another property valuation page. We've even got landing pages for FSBOs, for expireds. You can create your own custom landing pages, and a lot of people do. But the simplest one, and the one that I think 90+% of our clients are using, is Property Valuation Plus. So you highlight the one you want and you click add landing page. And all you have to do here is type in the area. Now, I was looking at a map before we all got on a call here, and I know there are a lot of little towns and there are kind of neighborhoods. You might want to create one of these for each one of those towns. Oh, it's not Richland, is it? It's Richmond. Sorry. And click save. And once you click save, it drops you on like the editor page where you can customize it. And there really is only one customization that I recommend you make. And that is to change this background picture. Because this background picture is default. We kind of did it because we know agents really don't like to even upload a picture. So we figure, well, the default will make it easy for them and they can use it. The downside is that background picture with its coffee cup and its computer and its nice pencil and paper over there, while it is generic, it's almost useless. People will not fill that out because it just looks like generic and you're asking personal questions, and I'm not going to do it, And so the first step is to go and do a search on the area you're building this page for, right? And so this one is Richmond, Virginia. And I'm just going to click over here. Now I'm going to jump around real quick and not explain exactly what we're doing, but we're getting a big photograph and we want it to look nice in the background. So I'm going to download this, save it on my computer, put it on here. Yeah. And then where am I? Yeah. Go here and it says upload image. I can upload this image, and Give it a second and click save. Now, for me, that's about all the customization you want to do with this page. Now, there are more fancy things you can do, and if you're kind of techie and you like to get lost for all kinds of, hours, knock yourself out. But if you want listing leads, I would take this page and I would kind of get in there and get it on the internet and start getting some listing leads. Before we do that, I'm going to point out you can customize, this recent home sales. This is called the lead form text. So you can see here, what is your Richmond home worth now? You could also say something like, instead of using this language, which is perfectly fine, you could say something, and the real numbers, but 40 homes sold in Richmond last month. And the high was whatever, right? Let's just say 900K. Get your home value free, right? And when you do that and save it, it'll actually change the language. I'm going to save it right now, a little refresh, and you can see it. It'll change right there. And you might want to do that, okay? But I am going to point out one more thing on this page, which is super, super important. And that is the form fields. This is called Facebook registration. And this is actually really, really powerful. I'm going to show it to you on some other tools. But should you see it and you want to use Facebook registration, do not use Facebook registration when you're trying to capture listing leads. It sort of just shoots the whole process. But let's go look at that page now. And no, not that page. Let's click this. And let's click View. And let's see how this works, okay? There are other companies with this kind of page. They're all really fine companies, but for some reason, people come to us on a daily basis because for some reason we're generating more leads. It could be the way that we've written the page. It could just be sort of what we know and how we're training our clients every week on this. But any residential address, you drop it in here, all right? And the next page is, hey, here's your picture, or here's the map of your home. We have your value. What is it, what's your contact info? And I got to, just state it clearly. 80 to 90% of the people would rather walk away than give you their email address, okay? But if they give that to you, what happens is you get their address, you get their contact information, and you also get their home value. Look, just the way that I'm looking at it right now, you would get those same exact numbers. And for you, what you should be doing is reaching out and say, hey, I see that you got that number. Was that high? Was that low? Have you done any improvements to the home? Are you thinking of selling? Do we need to have a quick consultation? That's where you start working on conversion. So there's one thing I want to point out, and I mentioned it, but I always like to repeat myself. I have not been to Richmond, Virginia, but my guess is you are building, if you're like most realtors, you're building your business in 4 or 5 different areas. Maybe it's subdivisions, maybe it's neighborhoods, maybe it's adjacent towns. You should create a page like this for every one of those places, okay? And I did show you how to create it. You just go over here to the landing page section. You click on add new landing page. You want property valuation plus, and you click add landing page, and you type in, that particular neighborhood or that town. One more thing on this topic. This picture, I just pulled up a random picture of Richmond, right? And I thought it was pretty. I thought I'd sort of show you how it works. But I want to explain to you the importance of that background picture. And I always use this example. I set up Coldwell Banker in Summit, New Jersey. And Summit is like a small town in New Jersey. It's about 25,000 people, something like that. And I did this exact presentation. I showed them how to create that page. I showed them how to get it out on Facebook. And 30 days later, their manager called me and said, Vince, our number one, we're getting leads all kinds of ways, but our number one home value landing page has this picture in the background. And that's because this diner is on their one main street, and that thing has been in town for as long as anybody can remember. And the point is when you start asking people, what is your address? And can I have your contact info? you want to make them a little more assured that you know their area. So a lot of realtors feel like a nice multi-million-dollar home in the background is really going to help make that page pop. And actually, what you're trying to do is get their, excuse me, their contact information and their address. So you really want to think about establishing trust, right? As simple as it is, that's really all that we're talking about. As I mentioned, 90% of people will walk away rather than give you even their email. So there is something up here. It says partial to full lead converter. Mark, I don't know if your office uses it, but agents can certainly sign up for it. Not that I'm trying to upsell you, but if you are in that space where you want more listings and you want the deeper information on the background of these people, when you sign up for this, it is the Cole Information Service, which is basically an online phone book of homeowners. And so when somebody comes and gives you just their address and they walk away, we reach right into that and we grab their contact information and we email it to the agent directly. So if building your listing business or listing book is a big part, you might want to think about that. So now that we've created that landing page, let's go out and put it on Facebook, because that is when we're looking at all these people saying, hey, I generated a bunch of leads and 100 plus leads. That's what they're doing. They are taking this page, they're creating it the way I just showed you, and they put it on Facebook. And let me ask, Mark, has anybody there run an ad on Facebook?
I'm sure we do have agents that do that.
Awesome. Good, because 71% of adults in the US spend about 40 minutes a day on this website. They're looking at the kids and the pictures and their families and this and that. And the way you run an ad is you do need a business page. You click this little triangle up here and you go to create ads. All right. And when you click create ads, and these, I'm going to run 2 ads for you on this call. One is to capture listings, home value leads. Okay. And one is to build your brand and to get buyers. So it's almost identical, but there are a couple of really important distinctions or different buttons you have to push. And I want you to be really aware, because I can tell you, where is that? For as often as we have somebody say, hey, I got 118 leads, for every time that we get that, I probably have 1 or 2 other agents go, I just ran an ad and I got 1 or 2 leads, right? Literally, it's in there. I had to respond to it earlier this week. And that would make sense, because a lot of agents just log in, they poke around, they hear about our awesome home value landing pages, and they sort of like don't bother to get on any sort of training, and they just sort of lob it. So since you're here, I'm going to just point out what is really the important piece. Always, always, always start with traffic. We are trying to run an ad to have people click on it and drive to one of our tools, as our tools are going to capture the leads for you. And here you want to name it. I'm going to call it Value Richmond, and then the date, whatever the date is, right? Nobody sees that except you. And I will give you the overall strategy of Facebook if you really want to get hundreds of leads every month. And what it means is you're going to have to run more than one ad. You're going to have to run multiple ads every month. But here is the whole point of it. And that when you create that campaign name, it's so you can go back and look, like, what were people clicking on? Were they clicking on my open house ads? Were they clicking on my Richmond ads? Were they clicking on the other town ads? Were they clicking on home value? That's how you can sort of understand quickly of what's going on when I run ads. So here is the audience. And I know some of you are running ads. For those of you that are not, I really want you to understand why this is such an incredible platform. If you type in Richmond, Virginia, VA, there you go. It's going to say, okay, Richmond, Virginia, right? And it shows it right there on the map. But because this page is only talking about Richmond, Facebook is kind enough to say, I'll show it to everybody within 25 miles. You don't want to do that. You want to say, no, it's got to be in the current city only. And not only that, and here's a really, really important piece, The location says everyone in this location. No, you want to know everybody that lives there. And that means that these people have to live in Richmond, Virginia in order to see the ad we're about to create that talks about Richmond, Virginia, right? And just to make it clear, these people do not have to like you, be friends with you on Facebook. They don't even have to know that you exist. They just have to live in Richmond, Virginia to see this. You might want to also bracket that you don't want 18-year-olds looking at it. There's always some minimum age. I don't know what that will be in your market, but you might want to think of that, okay? And then if you want to get technical, there are ways to target even heavy demographics. You can target net worth and other stuff. Some agents do that. I would say very few agents do that. You don't need to do it, but if you start to get better and better at it, that might be something you're interested in. Here is the placements area. And when you come here for the first time, it looks like this. And I want to point out that this placements area is the #1 area that agents overlook. And then they go on our mastermind group and they say, I ran an ad for X number of days. I got 100 clicks. I got all kinds of clicks, but nobody gave me any information. And that is because Facebook wants to, by default, put your ad on mobile and on desktop. And even though our page is mobile optimized, we as people don't like going through multiple pages of any form on our smartphone. We're not mobile optimized. Okay. So you want to make it desktop only if you are trying to get listing leads. All right. That's like #1 mistake that happens over and over. Just so you know, lifetime budget means that Facebook will place the ad on Facebook at the optimum time when most people are on the website. I usually recommend a $30 ad spend, especially if you're getting started. I always recommend that you start this. I don't know why they are giving me this grief. Sorry. Normally, I don't know why Facebook is doing this. I always recommend you start the ad on Friday and end it on Monday. And for some reason, the calendar will never let me start it on Friday lately. And so it's really kind of bothersome. But you want to run a home value ad on the weekend because there's just a few steps. And otherwise, if you run this ad during the week and people are busy and they're working, they don't take the time to like go through those couple of pages, as simple as it was. So I would start by, Friday to Sunday, $30. What is that? Okay. And more than one budget. So that's sorry guys, there's some kind of weird thing that it's saying more than one budget specified. And I only have one budget there, so I don't want to know what the issue is. But I'm going to click continue and we'll make believe that that's not an error. You always want to use a single image ad. Now, carousel might seem like that would work better. It actually gets 0 results. If you have video content, you can do that. It is more difficult, but just letting you know, it's a possibility. Always choose your business page. My real estate page fell off. I'm going to use my healthy eating page. But it's a single image ad. And then the next thing you want to do is get the website URL where you're trying to point to. And that's this. This is where we're driving the traffic to. All right. And we drive the traffic. We put it here. We click that little button. And it says, what is your Richmond home worth now? Okay. And this ad, as we see it, is going to show up on the newsfeed in Facebook. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to click here. And we're going to gamble that I got a G-rated page here. Right here in the middle, where it's talking about some music, that's where this ad shows. All right. Now here it's sponsored by my healthy page, Minu Like You Transets. It's going to be sponsored by you, the realtor, whatever your business page is called. And then whatever language is here is going to be there. Now, if you want to change it, This is picking up the words that I put on my actual page. If you want to change that, and I would recommend, there's a great line you should always write. Click here to get your automated online home value in less than 15 seconds. Free. Whatever I type in this box here shows up above the photograph. On the bottom, it says, what is your Richmond, right? That doesn't make a ton of sense, but that's just the way it sort of flows through. I'm going to say free Richmond home values. So when this ad shows up on Facebook, right here in the middle, right? If those folks click, if whoever clicks on it, and it's going to be people over 27 years old who live in Richmond, if they click on that, they're going to land right on this page here. And you saw how this page works. It's designed to capture a listing lead for you. So that's how you do it. That is how you actually run it. You actually go down here at the bottom and click confirm, and they'll say, we're going to review it, and we'll make it live. At the end of the ad, at the end of, let's say you're going to end it on Monday, you're going to get an email from Facebook that says, congratulations, you had a successful ad. And what that really means is you succeeded in giving Facebook money. It does not mean you succeeded in getting leads. So I want you to understand what's going on and what is not going on. They're going to tell you a couple of things. They're going to tell you your reach was about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. That means that's how many people saw it. And then they're going to say your clicks were 5, or they were 100, or they're 150. And website clicks meant that this was good. This was so compelling because the picture was that good, or the language that you wrote was so good that people actually slowed down and clicked on it, right? And that's and if they clicked on it, then you're going to know, oh, 150 people clicked, 100 people clicked, and I got 50 leads. And I know I got 50 leads because they were showing up and blowing up on my phone, right? Or I got 150 clicks and I got 1 or 2 leads. And if it was 1 or 2 leads, it was because you overlooked that one step on placements and you made it the default instead of desktop only. So those are kind of the things that go haywire when you're trying to get listing leads. Now, that little exercise that we just went through is probably the reason that 10 people sign up on our website every day. Because people hear about this great landing page, they hear about the results, and they go find the landing page, they get it, and they knock it out there. And there are other clients who've been with us for years that know if I use your other tools and I run other ads, I'm going to get more exposure, and those property valuation ads start to get a better return. I get higher volume of leads, and I get real solid communication from those leads. So to kind of show you the tools that I recommend that you use, I want to ask, is Lori in the office today? Is she in this call?
Yeah. No, she's not.
She's not. Okay. So I'm going to go over here to this page here and go through a couple of names. And maybe what my question is Philip in there, and is 411 Roseneath active? Is it sold? What's the story with that?
I know Philip's, he went out on the listing appointment, so I know he's not here.
Is Ryan there, or Laura Jarrett, or Mindy, or Jody?
Ryan is, but he's just coming back from vacation, so he can't come up.
Okay, got it. So here's the point. I'm going to jump around. There on this page, there's something that says click to update status. And what that means is this home is either pending or sold, and your MLS is not pushing that to us. So we don't know, and it's worthwhile taking a step to get to know what that is. And I'll show you why in a minute, but let's kind of skip ahead and look at what actual listings look like. These homes are just listed, all right? So when the listing comes in, you get some automated tools. But I actually recommend that you log in, you update your status, which in this case is just listed, and you go to the task list. because we create a whole series of tests for you to get marketing and to get leads, right? The number one tool is right here, social media posts and ads. And so you can click here. And I want to point out that we have two tools that we recommend that you use when you're trying to build your brand on Facebook and get buyer leads. One is the listing landing page, and one is the single property website. They're exactly the same property, but they just have a different look and feel, and they do sort of different things, right? When a home is just listed, open house, coming soon, or active, I recommend you use this listing landing page, and I'll show you why. It gives a little bit of information, and if you want more information about this house, you can click continue with Facebook. And I'll click continue with Facebook because I want you to see what's going on. I don't know what's happening with if I'm going to get on a CRM, but I want you to watch what's going to happen. Right here in the middle, you're going to have a little flash of a little window. And what that is that's us, Listings to Leads, reaching into Facebook and asking me, whoa, there's something in my little computer. Okay, got it. Sorry. That my cookies have changed or something. So it's asking me for the number. It asked me to register with Facebook. And when you click register with Facebook, notice it says thank you. When you click that, that's Listings to Leads reaching into Facebook, getting my name and email, and right now delivering it to this lovely lady. So that's how that works. Now, this page here has a lot of functionality, but after a few seconds, this page should automatically pop up. And this is another way of staying on top of it. But at this point, you've already got the lead, so you can close out. She's also got a couple of links over here, free home values. If I click on that, that is an actual landing page, again, designed to capture listing leads for her. She could customize this landing page and make it look a little more like that if she wanted. But she could also have other links pointing to her website. And that's a really, I think, a useful thing to do. But what I want to point out is you should always market every listing at every status. That probably makes sense. But a lot of agents and a lot of real estate companies, they don't worry about statuses because it's just not that important. Our clients are interested in capturing leads, and our tools capture leads. And so marketing the same home at different statuses is just more opportunities for you to get more leads. So once you've marketed, you put that out on your social media, you can click that box and it saves the date so that you know that you did it. It looks like Jen actually took this step, which is a really cool step. And it says, and it's designed for Jan's homeowner. And I'm going to copy it so you can see what it is. This is something that, yes, it is designed to capture leads, but it's also designed to build a referral base. So we automatically email it to you, and we give you the instructions, get that content, what I just copied, get it to your client and call them. And you want to call them, you can leave a 5-second voicemail and say, I just sent you a little message. Could you put that on your Facebook wall? And could you forward that e-flyer? So there are two tools, one for email, one for Facebook, that is talking about their home for sale. This has an open house, right, in Hanover. And it says, our home just listed. The Taylor team at REMAX created this and many other tools to market at home. Check it out and leave a comment. So what we're really doing here is, yes, we want people to know this home is for sale. And yeah, we want people to know that they can click and get more information. But we're also telling all of, right now, my friends and family and colleagues that I am working with the Taylor team at REMAX. And that's what you want to be doing, is telling all the friends and family and colleagues of the people you're currently helping, tell them you're their realtor. And when they click on that, what happens? Well, the single property website happens, and that is designed to capture leads for you. Okay? So those tools are automatically created. It looks like Jen actually got in there and used that, or at least she saved the date. And the other thing is the virtual tour. We create a branded virtual tour. And the branded virtual tour captures leads. I recommend bare minimum. You copy it right here. We actually email it to you automatically, but you can log in and get it here. Put it on your listings on Zillow and Trulia. This is the single property website. It has a lot of lead capture in it. Our branded virtual tour has the same kind of lead capture. And if you're after leads, you know how it is. Your homes are on Zillow and Trulia. And if Zillow or Trulia captures a lead on on their website, they might be selling it to you, but they're definitely selling it to 3 other agents at the same time. If you put our virtual tour in there, you're going to find that you're getting people clicking links and getting away from that site and getting into yours. So that's just the virtual tour is great. We got e-flyers for database. If any of you are using MailChimp or Constant Contact, or even your CRM can sort of blast stuff out. If you'd like to put that out there, there's a link there to get people to fill out, lead capture form. You even got a home value. And of course, it's got your contact information, your banner, your favorite lead gen links. And that's just sort of how, that's how it works. So I'm going to close that. And there are more tools, right? Use the tools that you want. We auto upload to YouTube for you. Craigslist, I'm just going to mention Craigslist because it came up in the mastermind group today. This was a hotbed for lead gen for many, many years. Actually, you probably don't know this. We've been around for 10 years. And when we started, we were a one tool shop. We had one tool working for us, and it was post to Craigslist with one click. And of course, back then, we were interested in capturing leads, and we generated more leads than any other company out there. There was Postlets that was owned by, I think, Zillow or somebody, all these great companies that could get to Craigslist, but we are generating a huge amount of leads. And that is why we succeeded. That's why a lot of large partners picked us up. And we took what we were doing there and we applied it to everything that we do in real estate marketing today. And that's why our clients generate hundreds of leads. The trick is listings to leads. If you use it, it works. That's how you get hundreds of leads. You actually use the tools. But if you don't, well, it doesn't do a whole lot. Let me ask, who is in the room right now with you who has listings in this system today? What's the name?
Look for Chip Underwood.
Yeah, Chip. So let's see. I used to, because I want to maximize. Okay, so that's not working. Why can I? Hey, I used to. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Do you have the? Do you know the address on that?
14,500. Cedar Creek Farm.
Let me look on 14,500. Yep. Got it right there. Cool. Thank you, Chip. So this home is active, and I want to look at it because I want to maximize. If you're going to go through all the steps, we want to get as many leads as we can. This is a listing landing page, and if I click this, Chip, you're going to get my contact information, right? And I'm not going to click it because I'm not buying a home in Virginia right now. But I do want to point out the single property website and some of the really cool stuff. What's that?
He's asking exactly if go through the process of what he would do. You start from like architecture 1.
Yes.
He's got a new listing. He just logged in. What should he do to go ahead and get it modified and get out?
That's exactly what we're about to do. That's exactly what we're about to do. Okay. So what I want to ask is, Chip, do you have your own website?
I've got REMAX website.
Okay, so could I find you on the internet? What would you? Yes.
www.chipknows.com.
Chip Knows Homes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, dokie. So nice site. I like it. I don't know if it captures leads, but let's just imagine that it can. If I was a buyer and I fell on this, I could actually get some leads. So I'm going to copy your URL. And before I started marketing this home, I'm going to click back a page so that you kind of know, where you would actually start. Okay. So when you log in, you're all going to have your listings on a page like this. And the number one thing I would do, I'm going to just imagine that you guys are brand new to this. I would click edit and I would click lead links. Now this is a little walkthrough to tell you what's here, but lead links is pretty simple. Paste in your link, and that home is for sale in Hanover, right? Yeah. And I'm going to check this box because that makes this link active for that home. And I'm going to click save. Let me ask you this question. In Hanover, there is a price point where homes probably fly off the shelves in Hanover. Is that, and then if it's above that price, it sits there for months. What is that price point for Hanover? Do you know?
I guess it depends which part of Hanover you talk about. I mean, in this area, I'm going to say 375.
Okay, we'll do it just like that. So
that's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Hanover homes under 375, and I'm going to save. Okay, fine. And I'm going to put free home values at the bottom. And, I want one more. Search all homes for sale. So this is like the widest net. Okay. So if I save this and I go back to your home on Hanover, I don't know if you can see the links that you had there. Now I've got links on the side that if I don't want to buy this home for whatever reason, maybe it's too big, I can see all the other homes and notice this lead capture form. This is a big deal. You may like this, but I want to point out what this is doing. I cannot get out of this page unless I give you my contact information. That's called forced registration. Some people love that, and some people don't. So if you don't like that, you can click advanced settings for this listing and turn off for forced registration, and also make this never make the phone field required. Okay. Now, one more point on that. You could also click this button here, use the global settings from your profile. Your profile is here. And you may all want to do this, and it just depends on how you want to capture leads. If you go to your own profile and you click on preferences, you're going to see you've got forced registration in this case, check. And that's where you decide, okay, I don't want forced registration. I do want Facebook registration. I want to show the phone field, but I'm not going to require it. Okay. I kind of recommend this way that you set that up. All right. Save it at the top, and then your listings will flow the way that they should. Let me go back a step because I kind of jumped around a bit there. So you want to think about how you're capturing leads there. And let's go here, edit. Let's go back to the advanced settings, and we got it set right. So now if I refresh this, I have more time to look at this property. All right. And like I said, I can look here and feel like, yeah, I like this home. If I don't like this home and I want to see other homes under 375 in Hanover, I can click this link and end up right on Chip's website. Okay. So I like to maximize those links before I do anything. This page here is going to auto pop up. It's going to pop up, I think, in 10 seconds on your system. But you can close it, and it gives the consumer more time to kind of look through here and do that. So for me, I really don't like forced registration on this. And also, since this home is for sale, that's not where I would be starting. So I've jumped all over the place, and I'm sorry about that. The one thing I want you guys to be aware of is maximize your lead gen links, because they show up on the sides of these tools. And if you start using the tools, that's the issue. So let's go back up, and we're going to imagine that we've now maximized, we've got my links straight, and I'm going to click tasks. And Chip, this is what you should be doing. You should go in there, get your link straight, get the task straight. And your social media, I want to point out, because this home is just listed or active or open house, I recommend you market this particular tool we're looking at, the listing landing page. When the home is, and notice, coming soon, just listed, open, active marketing on the left. When it's pending or just sold, I recommend you use the single property website. We looked at them both, okay? So, but since I want to use the listing landing page right now, and you want the most exposure, click this share button right here, share on Facebook. And when I click that, it opens up Facebook. You might want to click this little toggle and say share to a page you manage. That would be your business page. And say something great about this house, right? This home is in a great neighborhood, right? There are other great things about this house. You know that, I don't, but this is where you put it, okay? And I would also copy this. Whatever you write here, I would just copy it, as long as you know how to spell neighborhood. Yeah. Copy it. Exactly, because everybody sees it. And down here, you can't quite see it, but you post to Facebook, okay? And that's going to post either to your timeline or to your business page. You might want to do it on both. If you're one of those agents that's been, chatting with people for years, and you got a couple thousand agents on or people on Facebook, you might want them to know that you've got property there. If you're not one of those agents and you want to have it on your business page so you can boost it, then just put it on your business page. But that's how you get it to Facebook. And I very highly recommend that you share the same information on LinkedIn. So if you click LinkedIn, my guess is some of you have, profiles there. It's social media for professionals. And I don't know why the heck it even exists. I don't do a whole lot on LinkedIn, but I'll tell you, every few days somebody is joining me in my network. And so they would see this, and it would also be visible by the public. So LinkedIn is actually a very, our clients, some of our clients do this. They put our tools out there on LinkedIn, and they're getting buyers and they're getting listings because it's just a place where some people are looking. Pinterest is pretty good. Twitter is dead easy, and everybody knows about Twitter now, so why not just click that button and put it on Twitter? And then Google Plus is, it's kind of a Google social media deal. It's not a lot of lead gen. Actually, not a lot of lead gen happens on Google or Twitter at all. But because it just takes you a few seconds to put it there, why not? When you're in a listing presentation, to be able to say, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Google, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Facebook, and I've got this great tool that can capture leads. That in itself is a compelling story. So share it to your social media. Click this button here so that you know that you did it, and then go on, move on. Now, I don't know if you did this one, but I'm going to open this up. And we kind of did this before, right? Charles, our home is for sale, and Charles is selling our home. So I would get this email, and I would send it out to your client and say, hey, could you put that on your Facebook wall for me, right? And they will do just what I'm doing here. And Chip, you're going to see that it is designed to get your name in front of their friends and family. And as well, if they click it, you're going to get some leads. Once you're done with that step, close that, move on to the next. Now, for me, I would recommend you get your virtual tour, you put it on your listings on Zillow and Trulia, especially because now it's got your lead gen links in it. And if people click on it, they're going to look at it. Chip, are you emailing people information? Like, do you have an email group in your Gmail, or do you use anything like Constant Contact, stuff like that? Let's just say no. Yeah, let's just say no. Yeah. I'm going to just click send and send it to you anyway, just so that it's in your mailbox. And if somebody asks a question, you go, oh yeah, I got an e-flyer right here. And when they click on this, it's hard for us because I'm in the editor right now. It would actually take us to online lead capture. So you don't need to do that, but if you're somebody that had like a bunch of people that you were sitting on in email and you wanted to do that, great. If it was an open house, you might want to do a print flyer for nearby homeowners because you want all those people to know that you're selling a home in their neighborhood. And that print flyer is actually going to have home value lead capture. So if you're telling them, I'm holding an open house here next week, please come by and check it out. If they own a home, they're probably going to want to see it, and that's always a good person to have, to meet. And like I said, we auto upload to YouTube. I do recommend you post to Craigslist. If you're a blogger, there are tools here to put that on blogs, but if you're not a blogger, don't worry about it. So those are the steps that I would go through. All right. And at that point, you can walk away from this listing until it changes status, right? And that status might be open house. Is there anybody here in the office in this call right now that has an open house happening this weekend?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to jump out of this because I want to show you what open house marketing looks like. I'm going to jump into my account, and I also want to show you what our just sold advertising looks like, because it is the same process, but I don't know if you remember, I mentioned that we want clients to market at every status because every status, our tools capture leads. So, but you can imagine you don't want to say the exact same thing about a home that's just listed as a home that's an open house, right? Or you don't want to say the same thing about a home that is under contract. This home here, there's a little green icon there. That means I have an open house. So what would I do when I have an open house? I would click the task like I would at every other status. And for your social media, what would I do? I kind of said it before, but since this home is just listed or open house or coming soon or active, I want to use the listing landing page. And let's look at that together. The listing landing page for an open house looks like this. It's telling you, hey, it's coming up, and you probably, if you want information about it, click this button to continue. So let's click that button. It reaches in. Wow, that is weird. There's something happening on my cookies. Normally I'm logged in and you just pass right through. You don't even have to wait. And I can click get information. I'm showing it, but I'm not actually requiring the phone number. And then it drops the consumer on the single property website, and it says right up there that's the date and time for that. I got all my lead gen links pointing to my website so I can capture leads if they don't want this house. But at this point, I have the lead. All right. And I'm going to kind of sidetrack and take us over to my mastermind group. And I think it was Kevin Cooper who said a few weeks ago something about our open house deal. Yeah. That's right. Kevin said, yeah, I boosted an ad on an open house, and the street was lined on both sides, and there was a constant flow of people for 3 hours. All right. I got 6 offers. I got 60 people added to my CRM. The cool thing about Kevin, like our other clients, he actually shows you exactly what he wrote on the ad. Okay. So I'm showing you the tools, but our clients are actually super cool and saying, hey, this is what I did, and these are the kinds of results I got. What he did is he took not that tool, he took this tool and ran an ad, and he actually showed you exactly what he wrote on the ad. It wasn't super complicated. But if you can have a full open house, that's always nice. And this is a great tool to help you do that. And then, going on, yes, you definitely want to use the seller's social media, right? And it's the same sort of thing. Once you set the open house, we're going to email this tool to you automatically in your email. Copy it, get it to your client. Let me go see if I can find my pager. And just say, hey, could you put that on your wall? I'm out there marketing it, and I want to get, as many people as we can there. And what that does is it looks like this. We're having an open house, and you from REMAX is doing a lot of work to market. We expect a great turnout. Please share, right? And then if anybody clicks on it, what happens? Single property website with lead capture. Okay. So definitely recommend that you leverage your seller social media, not only just to get those buyers in there, but really we want your clients, friends and family and colleagues to know that you're their realtor, right? When you think about referrals, I don't know what you think about referrals. Maybe you're leaving some really fancy knives after the transaction. Maybe you're leaving some business cards. For our clients, they want their name in front of their colleagues, their friends, colleagues, and family multiple times, and that's what we do here. The virtual tour, you don't even need to mess with the virtual tour, because if you put it on Zillow and Trulia, it will update automatically to the new, if it's got an open house, it's going to just dynamically refresh. You don't even need to worry about it. And then, but we do have print flyers for nearby homeowners. So let's look at that. It's a print flyer. You download it, but notice it's almost got like this handwritten message. You can text here to get your lead here. If you're using text IVR, it says go here, and here's the date and time. So, and also you can go right here to this page to get your free home value. This is all designed automatically for you as soon as you set the date and time for your open house. And I recommend doing that. A lot of our clients do that, and they just love. I mean, I've had people say, we left the print flyers. By the time we got back in our car, we had a bunch of leads. And that's really what you want to see happening. You could post it to Craigslist, of course. You don't need to worry about YouTube, but that's what I would do. So I'm going to go back to listings, and I'm going to go one more time for just sold. And this is really probably where it starts, the rubber hits the road. Yep, your listings are sold. Click on task. And the reason our clients love this, I think you'll love it. Let's just see it here, is that the seller's social media really is ridiculous to me. If you change your listing to sold, you're going to get this automatically. Copy what's between these two lines. Send it off to your client and just give them a 5-second courtesy call and say, dear client, I just sent you something. Would you put that on your wall? Right. And post. And this is what it says. Now, this is me talking about me, and that's not relevant. But it would be you. It would be your client talking about you, saying, Chip from REMAX Commonwealth has done an excellent job selling our home. And here's his email and phone number. Check it out. Right? It's automatically generated. Forward it to your client. Give them a nice courtesy call. Ask them to, put that out there. Because when this is clicked on and we're looking at it, depending on your settings, in 3 to 5, possibly 10 seconds, this page is going to pop up and says that home is sold, and that's going to affect your home value. And if they're interested in their home value, they're going to fill out that form. And if they fill out that form, you're getting more listing leads. Okay? So you can go through all the rest of the steps. I would definitely be marketing that your home is sold, that you sold a home anywhere you can. When you use our tool, I recommend you don't use the listing landing page because it is pending or sold. I recommend you use a single property website. Okay? It looks like this. We looked at it a minute ago, but I would be sharing this on all social media. And if you share this on social media, I'm going to do it here. Single property website. I'm going to put this. They're usually, many times there's something really amazing. And I hear this really often. I talk to a lot of people, and we're always talking about, I don't have anything to advertise. I sold my home last week. And they said, yeah, it sold in it was in contract in 5 days. That is huge news. If you get anything like that, this home is sold in 2 weeks. Type it right here. Was in contract in 7 days. This home sold at 5% above asking. It sold at 10% above the Zillow estimate. This is all great language to get people to click. And then just say, click here to get the price and your value, right? And do all that. That way people will see it and they'll click. You could put that on your business page and you could boost that and say, I want everybody that's within 5 miles of this town to see that, right? Those are kinds of the things that I would be doing with our platform. Are there any questions, or is there something that I missed, or stuff like that? Well, let me ask a question. Do any of you collect reviews on Zillow?
Of course.
No.
Okay. Well, let's just imagine that you do. There on this listings page is something that says client review website. And the client review website is a tool that automatically sweeps those listings in and puts it on a web page. If we click here, we'll see it. And it's got a couple of things. It's got all your Zillow reviews on one page. It's got all your listings over here that are in your account. So if I click on that, that's a single property website. And that, of course, is designed to capture leads for you. It's also got your favorite lead gen links. Remember, we were talking about those earlier. It's got a little form for home value over here. So when you get a review, copy this, take it to Facebook, and tag your client, right? And say, Scott, in this case, Scott, thanks for that great review, and blah, 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 right? All the nice stuff. And paste that in, because it looks just like this. And because you tagged your client, in this case, Scott, all of Scott's friends and family and colleagues are going to see this, that you were their realtor and you got another 5-star review. And when they click on this, you probably guessed it, we land on this page, and this is designed to capture leads for you. So it's another reason why those lead gen links are super, super useful. If you click on your profile up here, I think in the, I don't remember exactly where, I think it's in the preferences. You can check this box to say that you do have Zillow reviews. And then you want to make sure that this email address matches the email address you use in Zillow on your profile there. And then that tool will work for you. One other thing that's in your profile, it's called the lead gen signature. And we couldn't think of a better name. But this here is a signature bar. You can copy it and embed it in your email here, and or you can use it for a blog. But these hyperlinks, again, with the lead gen links, these are all dynamic. So at the bottom of your email, every time you send out an email, you've got a way to get home value leads, or you've got a way to get more leads. Okay? So these are just some of the great tools. There are many great tools in the system. And our clients are basically capturing leads, right? When they use it, they capture leads. I'll kind of point out one more thing, because because of my screen here, you can't quite see it. But over on the right are two little icons, and one is you can see it says question over there on the right. That is our new tutorial platform. And on this particular home, which is open house, we know it's open house, you may forget exactly what I just did when I was talking here, right? Because I'm blabbering on about too many things. So if you get to this page and you can't remember what I did, just click this little light bulb over here, and it's going to open up our support page here. And as you might remember, there were a lot of things to do on this page. And if you wanted to know how you do them all, you can actually go, oh, I just want to skip to Facebook advertising. I just want to skip, excuse me, to what to do with a virtual tour. Or the sign-in feedback form for the open house. We actually have we have a form that you can use at the open house. I think it's right here. To capture leads at the open house. If you've got a laptop, or if you've got, an iPad, and just say, hey, we'd really like your feedback on this. Just those words, we would like your feedback on this home. They will fill this out. And when they fill this out, you get a lead and they get a mobile optimized single property website about this property with all your contact information, your favorite lead gen links. So that's a roundabout way of saying there is help on every page by clicking that little light bulb over there. Okay. One last thing, two last things. We have 4 support people working all week. And if you have a question, I recommend you put it right here because all 4 of them are looking at it. And if it's a heavy question, they're going to bounce it up to me or Scott, and we'll help you out. The other thing is absolutely get in our mastermind group. And I'm going to show you what the instructions are. I'm going to get this video up online, and I'm going to send it to Mark with the instructions on how to get in this mastermind group. And what it is, it's going to tell you, click this button, go to settings, get this email address, that's your primary contact email address, and put it in the support page and say, please add me to the mastermind group. We will then drop that in Facebook, and Facebook will send you an invite. It is a secret group, so it's almost impossible to get in. That's how you get in. So, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble on here. Any other questions?
Silence. Thank you.
I blew you away. Good.
Absolutely.
I just got to tell you, and you hear me say it over and over, our clients get a lot of leads. I love to see it if they're capturing 100 leads a week. I just love it. And we have clients doing that. And the more often you use the tools, the more leads you're going to get. So get in there, use it. Market homes is just sold. Leverage all those social media platforms. Facebook is by far the #1 place where clients are getting leads. So thanks for letting me present this to you. Mark, if you need me to do it again in the future, I am always available. I'm going to get this video up online. I'll get it to you later today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Vince.
Thank you.